guys, it's Charlie Hustle. We've got Modern Warfare 3 for you today. Domination on Arkaden. Arkaden, tomato. I don't care how you say it either way. It's a pretty freaking cool map. I like it. And this is actually ground war version of Domination, which I also dig a lot. I tend to do a whole lot better when it comes to this game when I'm playing ground war as opposed to the normal playlist. And I think that's because I got a little bit of the ADDs going on. No, I've never, saw anyone about it or anything like that, but let's face it, I have trouble concentrating. And for me, in the 6v6 version of this game, I tend to get bored. Sometimes, especially in these bigger maps, things get slow. Especially when you're rolling with a team of just solid players like I usually am, especially in this case. It's hard to find kills. It's hard to find the action, because we just bunch up the other team around their home flag. You don't want to press too far in there and flip the spawns or something silly like that, so you're just sort of hanging back and hoping, almost hoping someone gets through your first line of defense so that you might see some action. And that's the way 6v6 plays out a lot for me. I get bored, and then I start losing attention. I might start checking some tweets, and then I'll get picked off, or I'll just run somewhere I shouldn't and get picked off that way. Either way, it ends up with me not scoring as well as I should and getting frustrated and then going and playing some Halo. However, in ground war, there seems to just always be some silly person jumping through a window or doing something squirrely for me to shoot at. So it keeps me entertained. And I think that's why I usually score better at ground war, and that's probably why you'll see a lot of it on my channel as well. Unfortunately, not all of the maps are chosen to be ground war maps. They only pick up the ones that they feel are appropriate. Now, how they make that selection is unknown to anyone, but I say just throw them all out there. What the hell, It's ground war. You know it's going to be a little bit of a cluster F. So just put them out there. This map here, it's a fun map, but it's terrible for airborne kill streaks. So if you see yourself going into this map, and actually there's a couple out there that are like this, what I should do, and I haven't yet, but I promise I will, is put together some non-air related kill streaks. Unfortunately, most of the good ones are airborne, but I really should put together something like that, a class that's non-air related kill streaks, because some of these maps like this, you just don't get the kills, you just don't get the opportunities. I mean, my predator percentage on this map must be well below 50%, just because every time you put one up in the air, the only squares you're seeing are inside this building. And I do know that there is a way to, squirrel one inside of there. I've had it happen to me a couple times. I just haven't quite mastered that technique yet, and there are only certain parts of that building that you can hit, so it's not all accessible. That's about all I'm going to talk about the gameplay right here, because I actually want to talk about something that's happening out there in this sort of content creating community. The people like myself who are putting videos on YouTube and using video gameplay to express themselves in different ways. I think we are seeing the start of a paradigm change. So right now this whole community is based off of video on demand. We record a gameplay one day, we talk over it the next, we post it the next, something like that. Either way, for the most part, it's not happening live in any way, and you're not seeing it live. However, that's all changing with streaming right now. You probably have seen a lot of your favorite directors posting up links to their stream and things like that. Come join me in my stream. Come watch me play this. Come do that. And this seems to be the new trend. It started out with Twitch TV, which was a branch off of Justin TV. Justin TV was a streaming service that had been around for a while. Once the gaming community latched on to this whole streaming thing, they broke off to do this Twitch thing that was just completely 100% dedicated to gaming. And this whole streaming thing has really caught on big with some other communities more so than Call of Duty. Like StarCraft is big into it. And Halo is bigger than Call of Duty. You'll see a lot more of the Halo content on Twitch than you will Call of Duty by a long shot. However, on YouTube you'll see the exact opposite. So it's interesting how different communities have flocked to different media. But for Call of Duty, it's been YouTube, video on demand as of thus far, and we're seeing this shift with the big directors out there to streaming. Now, it's probably in no small part due to the fact that Machinima has been pushing live streaming very, very hard lately. What they have been doing is making it very, very much in their favor for directors to sign up to stream with YouTube as opposed to Twitch, which YouTube is now getting into this whole streaming thing, which is very scary for good old little Twitch, because YouTube is Google, right? They're one and the same. So they've got tons of resources there, and right now as we speak, YouTube quite isn't there to compete with Twitch as far as the software and the interface to their streaming capabilities. However, no one doubts that they will be there. It's no secret what Twitch is doing and how they're doing it. YouTube just as of yet has not developed the software side of their streaming business, but once they do, you know, it's hard to say that Twitch is going to be around after that, because that's their one trick. That's all they got. And when that's gone, I don't know. So I hope they can stick around, just because they've been here behind the gaming community for so long, but it certainly does look scary. Now, what does this whole streaming thing mean for the rest of us? Well, for me, I think it's actually a bad thing for all of us, being not only the creators but also the viewers out there. From the creators' side, it limits the ability for someone new to get into this, because if you sit down in front of your computer and you decide you're going to watch some video game play that night, and you decide to turn on the stream, well, there goes like an hour and a half. You know, how many 10-minute or 8-minute Call of Duty videos could you have watched in that same 8 minutes or that same hour and a half that you spent watching just one person? So for someone who's trying to build a name, to build content, it's a bad thing. It's definitely going to stifle our ability. And then from the consumer side, from the viewer side of it, I also think it's a bad thing, because it's just another step in sort of watering down the level of entertainment that we're getting. Now, what you're seeing now, this whole record the gameplay and talk over it, it's not that hard to do, right? Once you got the gameplay recorded, you just sit here with a microphone and you just ramble for a little bit, and then while you hit record, and then you load it up on YouTube, right? Pretty easy. It's a lot easier than where this whole thing started with the actual machinima animation. Not the network, but the actual creating animation from gameplay. If you guys don't know about that, I'll do another video on that. It's pretty cool. Anyhow, it's a long cry from that art. And then streaming, even though what we're doing here is pretty easy, streaming's even much more easier for the content creator. And, you know, maybe you guys find that entertaining, maybe not. I don't know. For me, though, I would rather see some of the more high to medium effort videos being put out there, like the videos that T. Martin does, and even more so, I remember Frog the Barber was putting out some really high effort videos with Black Ops. I haven't really picked up on him too much with Modern Warfare 3, but there's some people putting out some really good content, and I'm just afraid that this whole streaming thing is going to stifle that creativity, just with the ease of use and the ability to just put a stream up there and go hit, you know, find lobby on your video game and put it out there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy streams, or would you rather see more video on demand stuff? And where do you see the future of this whole thing going? So there you go. What I ended up here, 34-9, and I didn't even top the leaderboard for my team. I told you I was playing with some studs. Look at that. We got some beasts. 41-12 by a rando. You can't beat a rando like that.